Welcome back, everyone. I'm Epic Dav, and this is Prehistoric Evolution. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting our channel. This is our first fully voiced video, so we're very excited to jump right in. Today we will show you how we built the world of Pandora in Jurassic World Evolution 2. This build was absolutely massive, and we couldn't have made it without the help of the incredible SHROOMCOASTER. This was our first collaboration together, and we hope that there will be many more to come. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. SHROOMCOASTER was mainly in charge of creating the human structures of Pandora. However, he also created some of the natural landmarks such as the Tree of Souls and the Well of Souls. That being said, we're missing the footage of his creations, so we'll just have to walk you through it. We'll start by showing you his military complex. SHROOMCOASTER was able to pack a huge amount of detail into every area, from research facilities to security checkpoints. He also started playing around with the idea of floating rocks, which we later expanded on to create the floating islands of Pandora. After completing the military base, he started work on the Tree of Souls, one of the Navi's most sacred sites. He was able to achieve this by using a combination of rocks, trees, and lights. Later on, he used the same concept and created the Well of Souls, this huge spider-like structure with waterfalls and stone arches. As you can tell, a lot of effort and patience went into this build, but there are even more complex structures to come. Our first project was to work on the Hallelujah Mountains, or the floating islands of Pandora. We knew that these would be one of the toughest parts of this build. Originally, SHROOMCOASTER came up with a design using the glass aviaries from Jurassic World, but we decided to use a more natural look for them, and reworked the design. We used the shape of aviaries as a base, and then used the large Malta rocks to slowly, very slowly fill in the shape of the islands. We made sure to add perches, trees, and waterfalls to make sure these landmarks felt authentic. And for this, we'd like to thank Kaiodenik and OpenNaga for their incredible mods. Without them, this build wouldn't have been possible at all. With the islands done, we turn our attention to the Tree of Souls. As mentioned before, SHROOMCOASTER did a fantastic job with the design. We simply added some extra environmental bits to add more life to it. One of the ways we achieved this was to add some lagoon lights to create a breathtaking show at night. Fun fact, but the first time we thought about making this build was when we first made the Loch's Cave last year. You'll remember that in that build, we first experimented with placing lights within the trees to create the illusion of bioluminescence. Once the lagoon lights were released with a free update, we knew that this build was possible. After finishing the Tree of Souls, we turned our attention to a different tree, the Home Tree, a colossal structure used as a natural fort by the Navi. We first raised the terrain to the desired height. After that, we filled in the gaps by manually placing some trees and then covering it with more foliage. Once done, we built the entrance to the home tree. We later changed the entrance a bit and added the skull of the ancient Toruk Makto that you saw in the trailer. We then used the same concept and scattered more giant trees across the map. With the trees done, we decided to build the Old English School for the Navi. This is located just outside the entrance of the home tree. For this, we simply used some DFW buildings, tents, and decorated it with some torches and foliage. We love using the JP bathrooms to add more vegetation to some of our builds. Do you guys use them the same way? Leave us a comment down below. After building the school, we wanted to fill in this huge gap left between landmarks. Since the Na'vi are very spiritual people, we decided to create another sacred site for them to gather. Here, we created a small crater with a small meteorite in the middle that glows at night. We were inspired by the vibranium meteorite in Black Panther for this site. After placing all the rocks, we later came back and added several lagoon lights so that the site would really shine at night. With the crater done, we added some more protection to the exit of the military base that SHROOMCOASTER built. We achieved this by adding lots of DFW decorations such as cages, lights, and antennas. After that, we added some more man-made structures to the map, such as this base of operations underneath the arches of the Well of Souls. But of course, the military wouldn't be able to reach these locations without a bridge, so we went ahead and built one for them. Once done, we decided to add the finishing touches to the map, such as taller trees from Malta, lights, and other lagoon decorations to add more life to the environment. James Cameron really made us feel like the jungles of Pandora were a mix of land and sea life thrown in together, and we really wanted to replicate that feeling within this map, hence why we added some of the coral reefs to some sections of the map. We think this map really shines at night, pun intended. By adding the lagoon lights, it really feels like an alien planet. Here's a little sneak peek of what it looks like to walk through the forest in first person. By the way, we would love to see some of the old terrain mods from the first Jurassic World Evolution ported into this game. We really miss the Alien Planet mod. And now, for the stars of the show, the dinosaurs. So much effort went into the construction of this map, but we really wanted it to feel truly alive. So we included several species that fit the look and feel of Pandora. From the Quetzalcoatlus replacing the Great Leonopteryx, Indoraptor as a Thanator, and Sinoceratops as a Hammerhead Titanothere. We hope that one day the Lux species mods on Nexus will be updated so that more dinosaurs can become bioluminescent like Parasaurolophus. Once we release the map, you too will be able to explore and discover the various species that populate this incredible jungle. And that about wraps up this video. Thank you so much for joining us. Please let us know your opinion about our voice videos. Do you prefer them over the simple text on screen? Leave us a comment down below. We hope you enjoyed this speed build. Please help us reach more people by sharing this video with your friends. It would really mean the world to us. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay awesome, guys.